In 1996, Terry Howlett was rescued after spending 11 hours in quicksand with sea levels rising up to his chin. Terry had gone for a walk at around 10 p.m. at the mud flats at Coatstones in Morecambe Bay. Terry got trapped on the quicksand up to his knees. Overnight, he panicked and, as repeatedly tried to force his way out, he sank deeper until the mud reached his waist. At around 7 a.m., a local farmer heard him screaming, and then a rescue effort was launched that included Coast Guards with the fire, paramedic, and police. The Coast Guard used water pumps to dilute the mud, trapping Terry's body. They raced against the tide as the water had eventually started lapping around Terry's chin. According to the rescuers, it would have taken 15 minutes for Terry to be drowned if they were not able to help him. Terry was extracted from the quicksand and he suffered severe hypothermia and he was exhausted that he could barely move. He was flown to a hospital where doctors were able to stabilize him. In 2020, Abdallah Mohammed, a security guard from the Rabba archaeological area, was presumably on a patrol when he fell into a pit of quicksand at the archaeological hill. The other guards alerted the authorities after the rest of the security guards was unable to rescue him and Abdallah passed away. According to the media, Abdallah's body was airlifted from the site following the removal of massive quantities of sand. According to the reports, it was possible that Abdallah had succumbed to dry quicksand. The existence of the quicksand, from reports of travelers and entire caravans being swallowed instantly, has historically been questioned. Dry quicksand was ultimately proven in a laboratory setting, but its prevalence in nature remains unknown. It doesn't contain any water, but it is more dangerous than the wet variation of quicksand, according to the authorities. But because of the presence of air, it yields rapidly to weight, meaning that a person may actually drown in it. Human body density typically prevents that from happening when people get stuck in the more widespread quicksand variation, but not on this dry quicksand. In summer of 2016, 5 people died at Camber Sands in East Sussex. It was an incident that involved quicksand, kumunoy, and a strong tidal flow. Yung mga biktima were identified as a 19-year-old Kennigan Nathan and his brother Kobe, who was 22 years old, Nitharshan Ravai, Inthushan Shrikantharasa, and Kurushan Shithavaraja. They were all in their 20s. It was reported that it was the hottest day of the year. All of them are childhood friends, and they decided to go to the beach. So they headed out and naglaro sila ng volleyball doon sa beach. However, they were caught in a deadly combination of sand and incoming tide. Si Kenigan at si Inthusian, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the other names wrong, but I'm trying my best. So, Kenigan and Inthusian became trapped underwater after their legs were sucked into a sandbar, and it was transformed into like a quicksand. The other three tried to help them. However, they found themselves in a difficult situation as well. As they were caught in a strong tidal current, they panicked and they tried to push for the shore. Pinilit nila na makaalis doon sa tidal wave and pumunta sa shoreline. According sa mga authorities, these childhood friends were described as strong swimmers, but they can't do anything. They were overpowered by the tide. Yung unang lifeless body na nakita was Kurushan, and then after nun, si Nitharshan at si Kobe, who were the youngest of the group, were retrieved. They both had faint and fading pulses, and the paramedics struggled to revive them. So lahat ng beachgoers were horrified of the scene. As the tide went out later nung gabi, the bodies of Kenigan and Inthusian were found washed up doon sa shore. After the accident, the victim's family criticized the administrative officers or authorities dahil walang lifeguard na permanently naka-duty doon sa Camber Sands. That's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching or for listening. Please like and subscribe. Please stay safe, stay home, and be a little kinder.